lovely people. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and like what you see, consider subscribing. If you have been here before, thank you and welcome back. Today's video is a little bit different than my normal video. I don't have no unboxing, no eating, no nothing like that. In this video, I'm going to talk to y'all about my eyebrows. Yes, as y'all can see from the thumbnail, I got my eyebrows done, tattooed. Hope everyone is doing well, first of all. So yeah, originally I had my eyebrows. I was the type of kid that my eyebrows were like this thick. So I used to always have to get them waxed and waxed, the weekly thing, get them waxed. You know, I'm a hairy person, but anyway. My eyebrows tattooed for the first time. They were very thin, very, very, very thin. And I don't even know how. They looked great when I first got them done back then. I don't know how they got to where they got, which is right here. This is what they look like today. I mean, this is what they looked like before I got them tattooed a second time. I had no idea how they got that bad. They were so thin. One was barely non-existing anymore at that point. So yeah, I kept, like, when I started recording my videos full face, what I had to do was pencil in my eyebrows, because in the camera I could tell they didn't look right, but in my everyday life I never pencil my eyebrows. So when I started doing videos, that's what I started doing, and it was starting to become too much. I'm like, I need to get them microbladed or whatever you call that. But and I looked into it, but because my eyebrows were previously tattooed, blading them was not an option. So I had to just get them retatted, I guess, basically retattooed. So that's what I did. I found somebody, and I didn't want to just go to anybody, so I was doing a lot of, researching and searching for someone. And I happened to see somebody that I know, got them done, and they looked great. So I seen in person somebody got it done. So I was like, well, shoot, that looks great. So I don't see how she wouldn't do. Mine's pretty good. And she was a nurse and stuff. And so I booked an appointment with her on May 5th, which is the video you seen before, me going to the location. That was May the 5th. And it was expensive, but I had to do it. It was, it was worth it, because my eyebrows looked like a hot mess, and I didn't want to keep penciling them in every day. And even the days that I didn't do them, I was like, no, they look a hot mess. So yes, I went and got them done. The girl was very nice. I was definitely scared because it had been a while, so I didn't remember if it hurt it or all the details about it. So she said yes, she was going to numb. She put a cream, and I'll show you the picture here where she put the cream, and then she put like paper to let it, get numb. So that's what she did first. Actually, before she did anything, she penciled in what the eyebrow would look like after. You know what I'm saying? Before she even did anything, she penciled in how it would look for me, which was great. I don't recall that the first time I did them. So I was like, yes, because you could actually see what you're going to look like before you get them done. And I was like, yeah, I didn't want them too thin again, but I didn't want them too thick. So, because, for my face, the way they were already, I know thick is in, but I didn't want them that thick. I want it thin. And then if you make them too thick, you can't unthick them, right? But if you made them thin, you could always go and thick them up a little bit. So I was being safe, and she made them thicker than they were before, but not as thick as I didn't, as other people have them. They weren't that much thicker, but y'all could see the picture. It was very, very thin. So yes, and then after she numbed me, she started doing the microblading. It took about 2.5 hours, and this is a picture of me getting it done right there. It was painless. When I tell you it was painless, it was painless. I thought, I was so scared when I was going to go, because I was like, oh my God, it's going to hurt. It's been a while since I got a tattoo, especially in my face. So I was like, yes, I was very, very nervous. But yes, it was painless procedure. It took about 2.5 hours. It didn't seem that long, even though it was that long. And after I got them done, this is what I look like going home. And she put some, cream. She gave me the the wash and the ointment. And she told me to apply that morning and night for about 2 weeks, I think she said. And I couldn't wash my eyebrows with regular soap or how I normally would do it, so I could only use that wash. And that's what I did. This is day 1. Not too much of a difference. This is day 2. Similar to day 1. You could just see that it's, there, but nothing happening. Day 3, however, you can start to see a little scabbing. And then I had done day 5, it started to peel. Between day 4 and 5 is when it actually started to peel a lot. And feeling very fast. It did not hurt at all afterwards. It wasn't pain after the fact or anything. I didn't get swollen. I didn't look crazy. I looked it just like you see in the pictures. It's just a little scabbing around it and stuff like that. But yeah, about probably after day 8, I think after that I was still washing it, but it was like really nothing there. But I still continued to wash it with the thing and with the eyebrow wash and put the ointment. I did it faithfully. I think I stopped. My last day was on the 12th. The 12th was the last day that I had that I started. On day 13 is when I started going back to my regular, face washing and wasn't putting the ointment and stuff like that. And this is what it looked like after that. And then yes, so then she said if you need a touch up, which I did need a touch up. It was like missing a little bit in one section than the other one. I think one was it wasn't noticeable what it needed to be done, but I knew. So yeah, I went back and touched up after 6 weeks. I think on April 16th I went, and that's when I got them retouched. And same procedure. The only thing different was this time she didn't have to do the whole eyebrow, which just certain sections. So the healing process was definitely quicker, even though I still did the same washing routine for the 12 days and stuff like that. And then yes, this is the end result. This was since April. About 5 months now that I've had my eyebrows. And they still look the same. Then when they healed, it ain't fading or anything like that. I know she said that you got to probably touch it up every 2 years or something like that. Depends. Sometimes it could be sooner. Sometimes it could be longer, which I plan on keeping up with it this time around, because I do not need it to look back to the way it was before I got it tattooed the second time. That was ridiculous. So yes, I'm definitely trying to keep it up. They ain't perfect. It ain't 100%. I don't think any tattoo artist I don't think any procedure that you do with your eyebrows, as far as microblading or a tattoo or anything, is going to be 100%, correct. I don't think it's going to be 100% the same, because our face is, our face structure is different. Even our regular eyebrows, before we do anything to them, sometimes aren't even, exact twins. But we definitely related. Yeah, they don't look like twins, but they definitely related. I am so happy with my eyebrows. I even had a sister of mine go and get hers done after myself, but she was able to get them actually microbladed because she had never tattooed her before. And yes, so that was the only downfall about getting them microbladed and tattooed. I couldn't do that because I already had them tattooed. But the difference between microblading and tattoo, if somebody doesn't know, is microblading is they kind of do the shape of the eyebrows, like the hair strokes. So it looks more like hair strokes, like natural eyebrows, where mine's, anyone could tell they actually tattooed. But I leave the hair on them, so it looks a little bit more natural than other people. But yeah, and then the color that I had before for some reason was like a purple. I don't even know if it was that color when I got it done or whatever, but she did like a dark brown. So I am so pleased with her. I hope in 2 years when I go get them done again, if not sooner, she's still there so I can get her again. If not, I'm going to have to go somewhere else. But at least they already have a base so they know what to do. Like just follow the line, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think the total between the actual getting them done and then the touch up was 650. Excuse me, was 650, and those are $650 that I will spend again and again and again if I have to. I'm not sure if when I go do them again it's going to be 650, but if it is, I will pay it as well. It was definitely worth it. I am so happy now. I don't have to pencil them in anymore for any videos. Like I said, I don't wear makeup as it is. All I have on is lipstick, and I used to have to pencil my eyebrows. I'm not used to doing that. Not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but because I don't wear makeup, I don't know how to do that stuff like that. So yeah, when I had to be doing it every time I had to do a video, I was scared that I would go and mess up and do something like this, because you know that's my habit, touching my face, you know, my eyes especially. And I was so afraid that I would actually, you know, like rub it off and stuff. But yeah, if somebody's out there thinking about getting them done, go ahead, honey. That's a good investment. It'll make you feel better. Less money you spending, you know, getting your eyebrows waxed or whatever the case may be. It does not hurt at all. Just make sure you're going to somebody that's, you know, like clean. The lady I went to was a nurse. She's a certified nurse and stuff like that. Make sure you're going to somebody that is, you know, certified in doing this and know what they're doing. Look at, you know, their references. See if they've done other work. Look into it. Don't just say, oh, I go to somebody that tells you they do them and don't have nothing to show for it. Make sure it's somebody, you know, trustworthy. Because one thing about that, it could go very left. You know what I'm saying? Thank God it went great. Like I said, I seen somebody already got done work with her, so I knew she looked like she did pretty good work. So, but it can go very left. Like, and this is something that is hard to undo if it's even possible. I'm sure it probably is with laser surgery or whatever the case may be, but that's even more money, I'm sure. So yeah, make sure y'all, you know, go to somebody that definitely has a history in doing this, and I promise you, you're not going to regret it. It does not hurt. They numb it where you're in no kind of pain. And the healing process is even painless. The worse the healing process is annoying because it itches. Like if you ever gotten a tattoo before, y'all know when it's healing it starts to itch a lot. That's exactly with the eyebrows. It was like, you want to, you know, scratch them off, rip them off. And when you're sleeping, you know, accidentally might scratching and stuff like that because you're sleeping, it itches. But yeah, other than that, it's definitely worth it. It don't take long to heal, and I would definitely go for it. So yeah, that is my experience with my eyebrows, and I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all next time.